Today we're gonna try to cook Japanese food using only ingredients from Walmart. Teriyaki chicken, spinach and tofu dressing, cucumber sunomono, soup, and rice. All from Walmart. I'm SAORI. I was born and raised in Japan, and then I live in LA now. And I get asked this all the time. I want to cook Japanese food, but there is no Asian market near me. So today, one Walmart trip, one full Japanese dinner, rice soup and a main dish, and 2 vegetable sides. That's how a meal is built in Japan. Oh, and no, this is not sponsored. Walmart has no idea who I am. I just live near one. Green onion is a must. I always keep them, a bunch of them are in a fridge. It looks very different than Asian cucumber, but I can get this mini cucumber. Okay, I found the spinach in a bag. So the spinach, look at this. I'm kind of surprised. They have a lot of tofu here. Organic tofu, an extra farm, and then oh, there are a lot of tofu products here. So I usually like a soft tofu for miso soup, but today I'm gonna get this farmer tofu. Let's try it. Okay, this is the international aisle. In most Walmart has like one shelf or half shelves, and then lots of ramen. Let's see what they have here. Ooh, soy sauce. Yep. Oh, this is the Walmart brand. They always have a Kikkoman soy sauce. This one is that one, so I'm gonna get 1 Kikkoman soy sauce. And look at this! I didn't know they even have a mirin here. If you don't have mirin, you can substitute with just water and sugar. Oh, so this is the Japanese rice. This guy having fun. Yeah. Teriyaki sauce. This is an easier option. Let's go find sesame seed. I think it's gonna be in one section. Bye. Okay, sesame seed. I don't find miso in international aisle, so and then I checked the soup aisle, but they don't have it. In a refrigerated section. No miso. No miso, so we're gonna change the plan. No miso soup, we're gonna choose different types of Japanese soup. We're gonna use chicken broth, but also tofu and a green onion and a little bit soy sauce. Oh, I like that one. Regular organic chicken broth. Okay, at the meat section, let's get chicken. So we usually get chicken thigh, but if you want a healthy option, you can get a chicken breast instead. Oh, little cheaper. So discount, let's get this one. Okay, for rice and vinegar. Yeah, there you go. There's like 2 different types of Mitsukan rice vinegar. Oh, this one is the Mitsukan rice vinegar, this one is Marukan. This rice vinegar. Out of everything on this counter, there are exactly 2 things I will tell you not to substitute. Rice, short grain. Long grain doesn't stick together, and a Japanese meal is built around rice it's whole. You can eat with chopsticks. You press into onigiri. Long grain is still a nice dinner, but it's just a different types of dinner. And then the second one, soy sauce. Today I found Kikkoman, the most popular brand I think. So this is the base of everything I make. Swap it and every single dish tastes a little bit off, and you won't be able to figure out why. So it's just a couple of dollars, last a year, so just get one. And then actually, we got lucky today. I found meeting. Wow, I didn't expect to find meeting in Walmart. This is what makes us so shine and sweetness in almost every Japanese sauce. I also found this one. Apple cider vinegar, 1-to-1. Really good swap. White vinegar works, but it's really sharp. So I tried it before, but tastes very different. So apple cider is more mild, so it works better. Japanese soup isn't always miso soup. Clear soup, sumashi-jiru, is on the table just as often, especially when something else on the plate is already rich, which tonight is, because we're making teriyaki. So tonight it's Kakitama-jiru, clear soup, tofu and egg, just a couple of minutes. So the other things we don't have is dashi. So I got this one, the regular chicken broth. It's different because dashi is made of fish and seaweed. So it's a different taste, but we can substitute with this one. Okay, rice first. Rice takes the longest, so it goes first. A cup and a half of short grain rice and the same amount of water. 1-to-1. That's it. You don't need a ratio chart. But first, rinse it. Cover it with water. Swirl it with your hand. The water goes cloudy and pour it off 3 or 4 times until it's mostly clear. You're washing off the surface starch. Skip this and it goes gummy. Then cook it however you cook rice. Side dish 1. Shira-ae. The dressing is tofu. That's the whole idea. You mash tofu with sesame and that becomes the sauce. First, wrap the tofu in paper towels and set it aside. It needs to lose water, so do this before anything else. Now sesame. 2 tablespoons in a dry pan, medium heat, until it goes a little brown and then smells nutty. That smell changed and then it's obvious. Grind it. I'm using a suribachi, but a Ziploc bag and in the bottom of the glass works. Then in 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Spinach, whole bag. I'm not even boiling it. Just pouring hot water over it until it softens. Baby spinach is thin enough, that's all it needs. Cold water, then squeeze it out. Really squeeze. A whole bag becomes down to about this much. Cut it into bite-sized pieces. Now the tofu. And I'm just smashing it with a spatula. Which I should tell you is the lazy way. The proper way is to grind the tofu in a suribachi until it's completely smooth. And then it comes out almost like a dressing, creamy. Mine's chunkier than that today because I used a spatula and then I did it in about 30 seconds. Maybe 1 minute. But this is what it looks like on a normal weekend in Japan. Nobody's grinding tofu in a mortar on a Tuesday. Yeah. So, if you want a smooth version, grind it. If you want dinner, spatula is fine. Mix everything in one bowl. That's Shira-ae. Side dish 2, sunomono. 3 mini cucumbers. Better than the big ones for this. Fewer seeds, less water. Slice them thin. Then salt them. And just work it in with your hands. And here's what the salt is doing. This is the part nobody explains. It's not for flavor. It pulls the water out of the cucumber, and that opens up a path for the dressing to get in. Without it, the vinegar just sits on the outside, slides off. You're making room. Give it 5 minutes. Now, that's a lot of salt, so rinse it off quickly under water. And then squeeze. That sounds backwards, but it's not. The salt already did its job. You don't need it to stay there. Squeeze harder than feels light. Get your hands in there. Then 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Mix it, pour it over, toss. That's the dish. And this one is the counterweight. The Shira-ae is sesame and tofu. Sweet, quiet. This one is sour and sharp and cold. You want both on a table. That's what keeps the meal working all the way to the last bite. It's not a garnish. It has a job. The soup, the one that changed, because there is no miso. Tofu first. This is the last third of the block. The rest went into the Shira-ae. 1 block, 2 completely different dishes. Cut it small enough that you don't need a spoon. You drink this soup straight from the bowl, so nothing in it should be bigger than a bite. Now in a pot, 2 cups of chicken broth and 1 cup of water. Broth on its own, it's too strong for this. Japanese soup is lighter than you think. Heat it up and the tofu goes in. Now the seasoning. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and a little salt. Taste it and it's going to taste light. Maybe too light. If it tastes like nothing, add the salt first and a pinch at a time, then soy sauce. Go slowly. While that's coming up onto a boil, egg. And I'm using long chopsticks, and I'm not really beating it. I'm cutting it. You drop the chopstick through, and you cut the whites apart, so they don't stay in long strings. And this part matters. The soup has to be really boiling, not a gentle simmer, actually bubbling. If it's not hot enough, the egg sinks and the soup goes cloudy. Then pour egg down to the chopsticks in a thin stream, moving in a circle. The chopsticks just slow it down. Straight out of the bowl comes too fast, and then you get 1 lump. And then don't touch it. Let on a few seconds, and it's done. That's the whole technique. Stir it right away, and it goes cloudy. Leave it alone, and then you get those soft ribbons. Into the bowl, green onion on top. That's Kakitama-jiru. I set out to make miso soup today and then I couldn't. This took a couple minutes and it's on my table just as often. The teriyaki sauce first. 3 things. 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 2 tablespoons mirin, 2 tablespoons sugar. That's it. That's teriyaki sauce. Chicken thighs. Light salt. Then dusting of flour. The flour is a trick. It's what makes the sauce stick to the chicken instead of sliding off into the pan. Medium heat, small amount of oil. Smooth sides down. 5-6 minutes. Don't move it. Let it get purpley golden. Another 4 or 5 minutes. And this is where I usually walk away to check on my baby and lose track of it every single time. Sauce in. Spin it over while it thickens. 2-3 minutes. And what? See the shine? That's the teri. That's literally what the word means. Not the flavor, the shine. Let it rest before you slice it. Itadakimasu. Let's see, let's taste teriyaki first. Hi. So the sauce is really good. Of course, you can buy a teriyaki sauce, but you can make this teriyaki sauce really easy. Like show you like 1-1-1 and mirin, soy sauce, and sugar. That's it. It's really easy, right? So this is the things like Japanese style food, rice, and then soup, like a 2 vegetable, and then the main dish, ichiju-sansai. So this is the balanced diet, Japanese style. Nice. Fluffy egg. I love this vinegar, like a pickled cucumber. Very refreshing because we use a rice vinegar, not the white vinegar. The taste is more brown, soft. Good. We smashed tofu so it became creamy. Teriyaki is rich taste and then a little stronger taste, but the soup is very soft and also add 2 vegetables, and then you can refresh with some vinegared cucumber. This is the whole system. So if you've been thinking and you can't cook Japanese foods because you don't live near by a Japanese grocery store or Asian market, so Walmart, if you live close to Walmart, you can make Japanese food.